places that you do leave. Pick your poison, sir. It'll be Lo Celso one more time. Gio. The header off the line.
Yes, goal. 7-up.
Argentina double their lead. Nico Gonzalez.
Well, have the floodgates just open. Two in quick succession. It's Nico Gonzalez who gets there above room to head in. And then we said before, an important night for Gonzalez, having missed out on the World Cup through injury. And now he truly gets the mark tonight with a celebratory goal. It's another poor goal to give away defensively, cleared off the line by Bernard Anita. But he shouldn't be beating the goalkeeper.
যারা যারা খেলা মিস করছো এই খেলাটা দেখো, ব্রাজিলের দলে এটা বেশি বেশি দেখো, 7-up গুলো দেখো।
Despite all the
ব্রাজিলের 7-up গুলো অর্জন করছে আজকে। ব্রাজিলের খাইছে 7-up গুলো দিচ্ছে রমজান আছে। দেখো আবারও দিবে দেখো। 7-up খাওয়া গেল 7-up।
Fourth goal for Nico Gonzalez with the Albiceleste. And it's 2-0 already. Like we said before, Peter, either you drop back and hold on. That ball ends up being served inside. Looking to drop it down was Younger. The shot from way outside. That was Ferdinand Anita. Actually checked that was Juninho Bacuna, who decided to take that ball from far away. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying that they will, that one of the qualifying, or one of the qualifiers for Copa America next year, from the CONCACAF side at least, will be how teams do in the Nations League. So we, obviously, the usual suspects in CONCACAF, the US and Mexico. And then, of course, the second tier, which is pretty much teams like Costa Rica, Honduras. You could probably add Panama into that list as well. El Salvador. They'll all be vying for an apple. Maybe not. Maybe I'm kind of mean there because I didn't add Canada to that top tier, and I should have added them, which would have been mostly the most fair thing to say. But then, of course, those three teams and then everybody else, seeing who is going to come in as well. Maybe the possibility of a Haiti. Maybe a possibility of a Jamaica. Interesting challenge and kind of a bit of blood in the eye for Argentina after how that Copa America ended. What is it now, 7 years ago? Almost 7 years ago. Argentina just knocking the ball around in their own half of the pitch, being able to play it to Enzo Fernandez. Now Messi clearing it out. Nico Gonzalez all alone. Huevo Acuña running beside him. Gonzalez. Otamendi. Back to Petzela. Now you start hearing the oles here and there and everywhere. Messi. Lautaro Martinez going in the direction. Also the one that ends up taking up the spots for both Lautaro Martinez and Messi was McAllister. Now it's Gonzalez. Nico, it'll be another corner kick for Argentina.
Gonzalez on this occasion staying out wide. Acuña there is the left back, looking to make so many of those forward runs and provide so much of the width. It does give a real license to Nico Gonzalez to tuck inside, get a little bit closer to Lautaro Martinez and provide a secondary goal threat through the middle for Argentina.
This time it'll be Messi with the outswinger. Having it close, but recovered by Gio Lo Celso. We continue to progress in this first half. Argentina with a 2-0 lead. Alongside Peter Coates, I'm Juan Arango. It's a pleasure to be with you here in this FIFA International Friendly. Otamendi. Lo Celso as he plays it to Huevo Acuña. Lo Celso. Enzo Fernandez. Advancing a little bit more is Germán Petzela. Messi sends it to Nico Gonzalez again, a square ball back inside, all alone for Messi. Can he get two? Messi runs through Messi still going through Messi, dribbling around Lautaro Martinez. Eloy Rom. What is it? What now? Five saves for Eloy Rom.
Yeah, it's getting up there, isn't it? At 28 minutes on the clock, 2 goals already in. Making great reading for Curaçao, and that was another glorious opportunity for Argentina. In the end, Messi probably guilty of taking a few too many touches before eventually finding Lautaro Martinez, but even then, make the argument that maybe Lautaro Martinez should do a little better with that finish.
Curaçao, after the first goal, was kind of a shot to the chin. The second one was a shot to the liver. They have not been able to recover their previous form. Messi. Lautaro Martinez lays it off for Leo. Leo again, if he finds another space, it could be 3. It could be his second and his own personal account if he was able to get through, but that was not the case. Bacuna. Huevo Acuña, even better. Nico Gonzalez, watch out over on the far side. A chance to shot that just ends up being drifted way too much by Gio Lo Celso.
It's been a really good start though from Gio Lo Celso. He's making up for lost time in this opening half an hour. But that passage of play right there speaks volumes of how open Curaçao are. Just about to give praise to Juninho Bacuna for getting back there and helping out the side, dispossessing Messi as he broke through. But as they played the ball forward and lost it immediately, there was no one left in the midfield. Anita, both Bacunas were out of position. And in the space of one pass, Argentina were 4v4.
Cuco Martina. One again. Enzo. Petzela. Gonzalo Montiel. Messi was already making his run towards the opposing goal. Kenchi Gorre. Looking to settle things down. Bacuna ends up going down, and referee Gustavo Tejera making the call. Cuco Martina was controlling proceedings, former Everton man. Ball a little bit too far for Juninho Bacuna. Diego Martinez, who's been basically ball boy / spectator up to now. So far, it's been easy. I mean, as soon as Argentina started picking up the spaces that you mentioned earlier, the game just kind of ended up floating in their direction and ended up just favoring them in such an overwhelming fashion. Gonzalo Montiel laying it up for Leo Messi. Again, cutting back towards the middle. Messi has that ball poked away. chasing, and finally it'll be Rome that recovers it, prevents it from going out of bounds. Won by Alexis McAllister. Gonzalez, back to McAllister, who lays it off to Enzo Fernandez. McAllister. Gonzalez, with Acuna making a run down the near side. Nico, missed. Times 2, Argentina 3, Curacao 0.
100 becomes 101 very quickly, and you wouldn't bet on that ending there. Lionel Messi, this time on his left foot, again afforded way too much space as Nico Gonzalez drives forward. No one tight enough there. Messi, a couple of touches, and still no challenge as he gets that shot off. This time, Eloy Room can do absolutely nothing but just watch that go inside that far corner. All too easy for Argentina, 3-0.
800 became 801, and 801 became 802.
Well, this perhaps not the biggest of tests, and we may well see Messi add to that tally, but something to say for his form for Argentina over the last year or so. Only one game, that game against Poland in the World Cup, he didn't manage to score in. Something like the last 12 or 13 games, other than that one, he has managed to score. 4 coming into tonight. Scored 18.
Nico Gonzalez, watch out with his through ball. Sorry, Messi looking for the hat-trick. Leo has to step back. Enzo Fernandez, golazo! Goal! Enzo Fernandez. 4-0 for Argentina.
Is it too soon to start saying this is getting very, very ugly for Curacao? Again, it's so easy. Messi draws players to him, lays it off, and Enzo Fernandez from just outside the box. We know the quality he has on that right foot. He's able to find his spot. Again, Room just watching as it goes inside that corner, making it 4-0. Enzo Fernandez getting his second goal for the national team since, of course, that beautiful strike against Mexico at the World Cup.
And who set that one up for him too? Leo Messi. He was actually talking about that the other day in an interview. He talked about what, how remember when Julian Alvarez was talking about the Croatia match and how that assist came to be? Well, Enzo Fernandez had his own conversation about the goal that he ends up scoring against Mexico. Messi pressuring. Coming out again is Roshan Vanema. He was saying, Leo told me, come here, play. And as soon as he got the ball, he had a man be one-on-one. He decides to hook towards the middle, had the space, and of course ends up being Memo Ochoa for the second goal that ends up basically freezing, killing off that match against Mexico. Dibu! Got in just a little bit too late, but no harm done. It'll be a corner kick for Curacao. Near the top of the 6, cleared away by Lautaro Martinez. Messi, waiting for that ball to come to him. Finally it goes through. Messi looking for a hat-trick. Leo, Messi, goal! Times 3, he's got the hat trick. Will you want more? I don't know. But right now, it's 5-0 Argentina.
And it's the 50th hat trick of Lionel Messi's remarkable career. Lo Celso and Messi linking up again here to great effect. I talked about the relationship between those two players we were robbed of seeing at the World Cup, but here they combine. Lo Celso clipping the ball over the top, and once Messi's into that position, there's no stopping him. Calmly slots it in. Hat-trick for him. Argentina 5-0 up here and absolutely coasting.
Coasting sounds like a lot of effort, though. What is that, 102 goals for Messi with the national team now? 803rd goal now in his career. Mind you, this is not the match where he scored the most goals. Remember, he's already scored, like you said, 50th hat-trick. He also had a match where he scored 5. Remember that match against Estonia? Loranus, that developed over at Manchester City. Bacuna, that's Leandro Bacuna. Excuse me, that's Juninho Bacuna, I should say, not Leandro. There's a free kick opportunity coming up here for Curacao. Kenji Gorre getting fouled. It'll be Randy Gawas. Cleared away by Huevo Acuña. Not much that was being done there by Juninho Bacuna. Messi. I guess you can use that proverbial phrase with Curacao. One thing is them going forward, another thing is them going back. Because when they have to go on defense, boy, do they leave a lot of spaces to exploit. Cuco Martina. Basically switched over to being a right back. He's switched now with Yuri Hari. Now, from a career standpoint, Cuco Martina did start as a fullback. So he's going back to his previous position. Nico Gonzalez. Enzo Fernandez, one of the 3 goal scorers for Argentina tonight. Circulating down that far side, Lautaro Martinez. He was trying to free himself up. Ball that ends up short. Enzo. It's interesting to look at Enzo Fernandez. We'll talk about that in just a second. And his positioning on the national team compared to when during his first moments at Chelsea. McAllister. Alexis. Lautaro Martinez looking for his goal. Lautaro! A corner for Argentina. That'll be the 6th corner kick of the match for the Albiceleste. As we get into the final 5 minutes of this first half. You start looking at who you can sub for the second half, especially if you're Argentina. Maybe get a look at Franco Armani. Maybe get a look at Jeronimo Rulli. Lisandro Martinez, Nico Tagliafico, Juan Foyt, Guti Romero, Ezequiel Palacios, De Paul, Guido Rodríguez, Leandro Paredes, Ángel Correa, Ángel Di María, Julián Álvarez, Gio Simeone. I'd like to see him get some minutes. Player that also was so close to getting into that World Cup side, but It was going to be very difficult for him to surpass Lautaro Martinez and Julian Alvarez. And finally, Paulo Dybala would be another player that would be interesting to get some minutes as well. Martinez. Messi all alone down the near side. Argentina continuing to circulate the ball here and there and everywhere. Over on that side, Enzo Fernandez, Lautaro Martinez, digging in, looking for some open space. McAllister gets it blocked. McAllister, does he end up winning it? Finally cleared away there by Cuco Martina. Bacuna. Of course, he's not able to do everything by himself. And Peter, you were the one that was also talking about what Leandro Bacuna had to do, all the responsibilities and so much that he had on his plate. That ankle.
Well, I think that's been the position that's stemmed a lot of the problems for Curaçao. We talk a lot about how good Argentina's midfield have been pre-World Cup, certainly during the World Cup with the changes. They've carried that here, but one of the things they do really well is how fluid they are in their positions. No one really stays still, no one sits. Enzo Fernandez is the guy deepest in this midfield three here today, but I think you were just alluding to it a few moments ago in terms of where we see Enzo Fernandez positionally as a midfielder, someone who can really do everything in that central midfield. The higher up the pitch you put him, the more dangerous he becomes. And then when you factor in McAllister and Lo Celso, the same can almost be said of those two as well. They can go deep, they can sit there, they can pick the ball up off the centre-backs, but they can also break those lines, get forward onto the edge of the opposition box and start pulling the strings. So if you're not really switched on, if you're not really disciplined defensively, that can really lead to getting overrun, and that's exactly what's happened to Curaçao here tonight.
And between that and the humidity, it's taking a toll on them. Bacuna ends up getting his right ankle caught underneath Gonzalo Montiel. And you know what? The point that you just mentioned about Enzo Fernandez, that's something that Graham Potter ended up figuring out recently. And ever since he made that change, you saw a more effective, a more dangerous Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea compared to his first few times where it wasn't that he was ineffective, it was just that he ended up being much more dangerous in front of the opposing goal. As that would be the end of this first half, as per Gustavo Tejeda. An exhibition, a festival, and of course a goal-scoring spree that has been put on display by Argentina and Leo Messi. And of course you see some of the Curaçao players now beginning to woo Messi, saying, hey, by the way, could I get your jersey? Can I do this? Can I do that? Keep in mind, Curaçao had already requested over 28 Leo Messi jerseys coming into Argentina. But what they're getting instead are 3 goals by the PSG man. Well, it's halftime here. Peter, what's your analysis of what we've seen so far? I mean, there's very little to look at other than the usual that we've talked about Argentina time and time again.
Well, I mean, worrying thing for Curaçao is 5, but it could probably be double that when you look at the number of chances. And they got off to just the worst possible start, didn't they? They got a huge let-off within a couple of minutes with Lautaro Martinez with an absolutely staggering miss that has been forgotten given the fact that we've seen 5 goals. But it set the tone, didn't it? Because a couple of minutes in, they were cut wide open, spaces left, right and centre for Argentina to exploit. And they simply didn't learn from that.